So what could this coalition look like without US support, and how could it work on the ground? Well, our political correspondent, Carl Dinnen, is here with the details. Carl.
Well, Charlene, as a starting point, let's take a look at how NATO forces stack up against the Russians if you exclude the United States. Without the Americans, NATO has about 2 million regular troops, nearly 1,500 fighter jets and 6,700 or so tanks. Russia has around 1 million regular troops, just over 800 fighter jets, but nearly 15,000 tanks. Now, of course, European equipment like the Challenger tank is much more advanced, but Europe still needs high-tech US support in things like satellite surveillance and missile defence to operate at its very highest level. And of course, not all of NATO sounds as if it's up for Keir Starmer's coalition of the willing. Britain and France are taking the lead. Canada, Spain and Denmark seem in. Sweden, the Netherlands and the Baltic states are all possibles. But there's a big question mark over Germany. And Poland says, although it's up for the idea, its forces are already tied up defending their own borders. Italy, Portugal, Hungary and Slovakia all seem to be leaning towards no. So how might this start? Well, France is proposing a 1-month partial ceasefire in the air, at sea and around Ukraine's energy infrastructure as a way of testing Russia's seriousness. And President Trump has said that if Ukraine gives the US access to its mineral deposits, then the presence of US workers on the ground in Ukraine would deter further Russian aggression. Where the Prime Minister here apparently wants to end up is with a deal that involves Ukrainian troops along a frontier with Russia, wherever that ends up being, backed by peacekeepers from Britain, France and the rest of the coalition of the willing, with their safety supported and guaranteed in turn by the United States. But not only has Washington yet to go for that, Charlene, there is no indication that Moscow will either.